And good evening and welcome. All right, good evening and welcome. We're live from the Troy Sports Zone here in Troy, Alabama. JockJive presents the DYB Alabama State Tournament here, and we've got the Fairhope Americans and the Enterprise Americans. Fairhope is up to the plate. Gavin Rehorn just struck out. It went ball, strike, and strike. And Seth Graham just picks up his first key of the day. This is Braxton Taylor, the pitcher, and he's going to go. First pitch up and stairs, ball one. 91 degrees is your game time temperature here from the Troy Sports Zone, the Sportsplex Complex here in Troy, Alabama. 1-0 count with one out. Curveball comes inside, and it is 2-0. After Rehorn and Taylor, it'll be Rock Gearhart. Followed him by Copeland Bryant, Darren Leggett, Jack Malone, Miles Johnson, Jacob O'Brien, Zach Jeans, Will Sparks, Jerry McDowell, and Finley Lavelle. High again for Graham, and it's 3-0. So 3-0 the count, one gone. Just got underway here from the Troy Sportsplex. Dixie Youth Baseball 9 and 10-year-olds going at it here on JockJive. That's ball four. Taylor takes his base. Third baseman, Rock Gearhart.
Now to the plate, number 12, Rock Gearhart.
Looking at the defensive side for the Enterprise Americans. Again, Seth Graham is the pitcher. Connor Cruitt is the battery mate. Remington Kennedy over at first. Reed Burns at second. Gavin Mann on the shortstop. At third base is Walker Clark. Outfield, left to right, is going to be Cade Kirkland as a grounder to the right side. That's going to get through on the 1-0 count to Rock Gearhart, so he's got a single. Taylor will go to second base. So you've got in left field, Cade Kirkland. In center field, Caden Bootwell. And Dylan Yu is in right. This is going to be Copeland Bryant stepping in. Number 16 for the Fairhope Americans. Again, I'm John Morgo. Thank you very much for joining us here. JockJive covering the Dixie Youth AAA and Majors State Tournament.
16, Copeland Bryant.
A lot of action going on. We got four fields here. And you can catch all of them on streams here on JockJive. Pitches outside to Copeland Bryant. Again, Taylor at second base and Gearhart at first on the single. Got a dark cloud hovering overhead, but I don't think there's anything in it. High, making it 2-0. Stepping out, Bryant steps out. Takes a practice swing. Now he'll get back in there. Seth Graham fires, and that's going to go to the foul side and out of play. Makes it 2-1. Your umpires for this contest. We got John Park calling the balls and strikes. Stanley Jones is over at first, and Randy Taylor is over at third base. So again, one out of here. 2-1 count. Foul again to the right side, and that makes it 2-2. Okay. So 2-2. Two and two is one out. The line from Graham puts it high for ball three. And we got a full count. Bryant's been trying to get around, and again, he's just fouling it to the right side. Just a little bit late on those pitches. So the first payoff pitch is ball four. And Bryant takes the base. That's going to load him up here in the first for Darren Leggett, the DH. Head coach for Fairhope is Mike Jones. Warren Dowling is the head coach for Enterprise. So Dowling's going to come on over, talk to Graham. He's got the bases loaded, 1 out. Trying to settle down his pitcher, who's getting in trouble here.
Now batting designated hitter number 2, Darren Leggett.
As Leggett steps in. Got a lot of games going on and a lot of fields here today. Now the first pitch with the bases loaded, low and away, ball 1. Let's talk about some of the other fields. You got Southeastern Montgomery against Hueytown is on game field 1. Decatur National. Dothan America is on field 2. High again. And over at field 4 is Auburn Blue and Selma American. And it's 2-0. So it's 2-0 to Leggett. Taylor at third, Gearhart at second, and Bryant at first. And he's ball 3. So Graham, one bad one away from walking in a run. The wind. There's a called strike. Making it 3-1. Now, pretty much if it's close on a 3-0 count, it's a strike. That's what we saw there. So Graham fires for the right-hander. Swing and a miss. And he battles back, makes it 4-3-2. So bases full on a 3-2 count. Swing and a miss. And Leggett down on strikes for the second out of the inning. And it's going to be Jack Malone, number 24. It's up to him to do something.
Now batting number 24, Jack Malone.
So Enterprise trying to get out of this bases loaded jam here in the first. Pitch from Graham. Stays upstairs, ball 1. Taking a walk is Graham. Now he settles in behind the rubber. Addressing home plate pretty much straight on. Now he rocks, spins, puts it high. A lot of his pitches have missed high. Again, these are 9 and 10-year-olds, so they're still learning the game. Still learning what to do in different situations. So here's a 2-0 pitch. That's foul to the right. Catches the netting. Goes down, makes it 2-1. So it's 2-1. Bases full of people from Enterprise. Trying to bust through here in the first. That's going to be a grounder to third. Clark's got it, and he loses it. And that's going to allow the run to score. Clark couldn't pick it up cleanly. So Malone with an RBI as Taylor comes home. Base is still loaded. 1-0 favor of Fairhope. That's going to be Miles Johnson stepping in.
Up to plate number 19, Miles Johnson.
Base is still loaded here in field 3. And the left-hander swings and misses, making the count 0-1. Count 0-1. A lot of room in the alleys here. That's how the defense is positioning him, trying to set up outside. Gets away. Here comes the run. And he'll score on the wild pitch. Count even at 1-1. So Gearhart comes home. Bryant to third and Malone to second. Two nothing, favor of Fairhope. Still a chance for Johnson now. Graham rocks. Called strike. 1-2. Johnson waves the bat, waggles, now comes in, and it's upstairs, swings through it, and strikes out to end the inning. As Graham strikes out the side, but he gives up 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and
31 pitches.
Left on base. Gives up 31 pitches on our pitch count system. 2 for Fairhope, and Enterprise will take their first shot at it coming up. It's going to be Gavin Mound leading off for Enterprise. He's the shortstop, followed by Reed Burns, second baseman. Caden Bootwell bats third. He's in center field. Seth Graham bats fourth, the pitcher. Then it's right fielder Dylan Yu. Connor Pruitt is in the 6th spot. He'll be catching. Then it's Cade Kirkland, the left fielder. Maddox.
Due to lightning in the area, the game is suspended for the moment. Due to
Alright, we're going to have lightning in the area. We got lightning in the area, so everyone's getting off the field. And so everyone's getting off the field due to lightning issues, so we'll just keep you abreast of what's going on. Again, lightning in the area. It starts at 5:10 Central Time, so they're going to suspend the play due to lightning. And we'll just keep the stream up, and we'll have updates as soon as we can here on JockJive. And welcome back as we got through a rain delay, lightning delay. I think it went about maybe an hour and a half. We're about ready to get going here, resuming this contest between Fairhope and Enterprise here on the Alabama-Dixie Youth Baseball AAA Championships here on JockJive.com. I'm John Morgo. Thank you for sticking around. We are heading into the bottom half of inning number 1. Fairhope put 2 runs on the board in their half of the first, so now it's Enterprise's opportunity to answer. And their starting lineup is going to be the shortstop, Gavin Mound. He bats first. Then he'll be Reed Burns, who's in second. Caden Bootwell is in the 3 spot in center field, followed by pitcher Seth Graham. Dylan Yu bats 5th. He's in right. And then it's the catcher, Connor Pruitt. Cade Kirkland's in the 7th spot. He's in left. Then it's the DH, Maddox Dowling. Walker Clark bats 9th. He's at 3rd base, followed by another designated hitter, Micah Parker. First base, Remington Kennedy is in the 11th spot, and rounding us out is Grayson Thornton. Defensively, for the Fairhope Americans, you've got on the hill Braxton Taylors, Jack Malone, the battery mate. Over at first base is Miles Johnson. Second base, is occupied by Copeland Bryant, shortstop Gavin Rehorn, and at third is going to be Rock Gearhart in your outfield from left to right, Jacob O'Brien, Zach Jeans, and Finley Lavelle. And it's Taylor going through his final warm-up tosses. Again, the rain and lightning kind of moving off to the south of us, heading into a southwest direction. Rained pretty good for a little bit, then it kind of tapered off into a drizzle, and finally it stopped. But the real concern is the lightning. They want to make sure that that is completely out of here, going the opposite direction, won't be bothered by the pyrotechnics. So apparently we're finally in the clear, and we're going to hopefully get some baseball in here on your Dixie Youth Baseball Alabama State Championships. A lot of games going on here in the Troy area. We got 2 games for you tonight. This is game number 3. Game number 7 will be a little bit later, and that's going to
leading off for Enterprise.
And that's going to feature, I believe it's going to feature Troy and Alexandria. So we're ready to go. Here's Gavin Mound starting us off, and he'll take a called strike. And it is 0-1. A reminder, your umpiring crew: John Park calling the balls and strikes, Stanley Jones over at first, Randy Taylor at third. That's inside 1-1. I'm John Morgo, and I want to thank all of you for joining us here on our Dixie Youth Baseball broadcast. A lot of action over the next 5 days. Popped him up, right side. Ballpark is not going to hang on to it, and it'll hit behind the metal stands. So the count is now 1-2 to Mound. 1-2. Kick from Taylor outside makes it 2-2. 2-2. Oh, okay. High leg kick coming up. That's laced into right field for a base hit. So Mound aboard with a leadoff single. Here's Reed Burns. And these are 9 and 10-year-olds. So Reed Burns stepping in.
Now at the bat, number 2, Reed Burns.
So Reed Burns up with a runner at first. Pitch goes outside for a ball. Mound looked like he was going to move. Try to take second. Decides to hold where he is. Now the 1-0. Curve stays high. 2-0. They'll throw to first. And sliding back in is Mound. Malone not afraid to throw to first base. And Mound is going to have to be a little cautious over there. Not take big leads or run. Low again. And it's 3-0. Bootwell on deck. Inside, that almost hit him. Ball 4. So runners at second and first, nobody out. Here's Caden Bootwell.
Now at the bat, number 8, Caden Boutwell.
So Boutwell stepping in, right-handed batter. Working from the stretch is Taylor. Lobbing it across for a strike. And Malone comes out of the crouch. Looked like Mound was halfway between first and second and third. Like he was going to go, but holds off. That one is going to be popped up. Is the ballpark going to hang on to it? Malone got it, but sliding in is Gearhart, and Gearhart can't come up with it. Long, noisy strike. Gearhart tried to slide in and catch that ball. Malone did not call him off. Gearhart just came through. And it's 0-2. Stepping out is Boutwell, getting some composure, and also looked like Randy Taylor had an issue with Rehorn. Or Rehorn had an issue. Randy Taylor called time way outside. That's going to get by. Runners are going to advance. Second and third. So now 2 runners in scoring position. And a 1-2 count to Boutwell. Still nobody out in the home half of the first. 2-0. That's going to be the line, and it'll drop in front of left field for a base hit. And they'll throw to third. Getting in is Burns, but Mound scores, and it's 2-1. An RBI for Boutwell. Two to 1. Still nobody out for Graham. Graham.
Now to the plate.
He's the hurler.
Seth Graham.
He struck out 3 and walked 2 in that first inning. Struck out the side. A little slow roller. And applying the tag is Taylor. There's the first out of the inning. However, Burns will score. And going to third is Boutwell. So that makes it 2-2. So Graham will still get that run home as we hit 7 o'clock in the Central Time Zone. So 1 gone. 2-2. And we'll have a mound conversation. Actually, it looked like Stanley Jones, John Park have something to say to each other. Yep, they're going to confirm the out. That Taylor did make the tag. That's what it looked like.
Number 11, Dylan Yu.
So here's Dylan Yu. Spells his last name Y-O-O. 1 out in the inning. Go ahead run at third. It's low. Boutwell looks like he was coming home, but he holds off. Two your score. Another foul tip at the plate. And that'll be a strike. So the wind. That's a little high. And it's 2-1. You kind of like halfway in the batter's box, not really crowding it. Foul into the netting on the right side. 2-2. Enterprise has tied it up. 2 against Fairhope. And that out that we saw was the first out in this ballgame not recorded by a strikeout. So Taylor now pitching from the stretch. That's going to be in the dirt. Boutwell just keeps coming in, and then he has to turn around and go back. Full count at 3-2. Hard hit to short. Nice little backhand. Throw to first in time, but that's going to bring the run home. So Yu knocks in Boutwell, and that's going to make it 3-2. And 2 outs in the inning.
Now up to the plate, number 22, Connor Pruitt.
And I'm going to bring up Connor Pruitt. And Pruitt's first pitch is outside. So the bases are clear, and you will get the RBI. 1 for him today. And a 1-0. Low. And it's 2-0. Kirkland on deck. 2 outs in the inning. Little bit of a flare to the right side. That's not where Pruitt wanted to put it, but he's going to get on. But he's going to get on first. Ball gets away, rolls down the length of the backstop, but Pruitt will stay at first base with a single. Now it's Cade Kirkland. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. So Cade Kirkland will step in. Still 2 outs. 3-2. Favor of Enterprise.
Into the box, number 3, Cade Kirkland.
Taylor he will pitch from the stretch. Taylor, first pitch. And it's laced in the left field. Going back is O'Brien. It's over his head. One bounce against the wall. Collecting it is James. They'll throw. Going to the cutoff man, Rehorn. Now Rehorn throws it back in. That's going to be a double by Kirkland. So Pruitt goes to third. And it's Maddox Dowling. So Warren Dowling's son comes up. The chance to give Enterprise some breathing room.
Now batting number 42.
Now we were 91 degrees when we started, but the temperature has dipped way down to 75. Way outside on the first pitch, and they're not going to try to come home. Although Kirk came down a little bit, but not enough. Kirkland really made a long run, but he's got to turn around and head back. Didn't go away that far enough. Next pitch, low and away. Well, Maddox Dowling looks like he could really drive it if he gets a hold of it. 3-2. Hard hit to the left side. That's going to get through. Now Pruitt will score. Here comes Kirkland. There's the throw. It's in time. Does the tag applied? It was. Nice throw. Retires the side. Knocks out Kirkland. And that's going to go down 8-6-2. It'll be a single for Dowling. But Enterprise picks up 4 runs. And they get it on 5 hits.
27 pitches.
No errors. And 1 left on base. So give Dowling an RBI. So we're done with 1. It's 4-2 Enterprise. Here on JockJive's coverage of the Alabama-Dixie Youth Baseball AAA Tournament. And don't forget to like JockJive on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers this summer. I need your help to get there. When you like us on Facebook, we keep you updated on scores, schedules, game status, and so much more. So go to JockJive. So go to JockJive.com and follow the shortcut to all social media, or simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine on Facebook or at JockJive on Twitter. Plus, please subscribe to to our YouTube channel. I'm John Morgo. We're done with 1 here, headed to the second inning. Fairhope started that inning up by 2. Now they're down by 2. So they're going to try to come back. They sent 7 men up in the first inning, so it's going to be Jacob O'Brien, Zach Jeans, and Will Sparks. They'll start us off here in the second inning. And we've got 4 games here at the Troy Sportsplex. And all sorts of action going on here. As going through his warm-up toss is Seth Graham. Seth Graham did get an RBI. Entering that inning.
Leading off in the top of the second, number 9, Jacob O'Brien.
Now Jacob O'Brien starting us off here in the second. And Graham's going to step off. He's at the set now. Bryant steps out. Now they both going to try to get in together and hopefully get a pitch going. 4-2. And still nobody. Still either Brian or O'Brien and Graham not really ready. Now Graham from the set puts it outside. And it's 1-0. We're here in the second inning. Graham rocks and fires. That's high. O'Brien thought about going. Holds off. So he's got a 2-0 count. Next pitch, that's way outside. 3-0. Graham gave up 2 walks and 2 hits in that first inning. But he struck out the side. Now let's see if he can come back here. High ball 4. Now remember, Graham had about an hour and a half lapse interval between throwing because of that rain delay. And he just walked O'Brien on 4 straight. And Mike Jones is going to come on out and talk to him, and that might be it for him. Yep, they're going to pull Graham. And it's going to be number 24. And let's see if we can get... That's going to be... Well, 24 is Jack Malone. So Malone in to throw. Zach Jean... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's 22. Well, yeah, that's Zach Jeans over there behind the plate, number 22. So you got Malone throwing, Jeans behind the plate. So let's see who went to center field. I really can't tell because he's not turning around. So Malone throwing. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, wait a minute. Dang it, I'm looking at... All right, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. That's Cruitt. Oh, it's... All right, well, 24 is Remington Kennedy. So 24 is Remington Kennedy. So that's Remington Kennedy on the hill. So Kennedy, so that's Cruitt behind the plate. So who's over at first? Graham might have moved to first. So Kennedy is now pitching.
Now up, number 22, Zach Jones.
As Zach Jones goes after the first pitch, grounder to first. They're going to try to go to first and throw it away. A little bit of an indecision there by the first baseman. And that ball's going to get thrown away too. And coming home is going to be O'Brien. And Zach Jones will go in to third base. A little bit of indecision. Wasn't sure if that ball wanted to go to first or second. So that's going to make it 4-3. And a runner over at third base.
Now to the plate, number 27, Will Sparks.
As Will Sparks steps in. And it's going to go to first. Right in the glove. They'll step on the bag. And just leave it there, and that's going to bring the run home. Jones scores, and we're tied with 1 out. So 4-4.
Up to the plate, number 32, Jerry McDowell.
Yeah, Graham did go to first base. And McDowell will foul it off. at the plate. Left-handed hitter. This is Jerry McDowell. So Graham went to... all right, let's see. So give Sparks an RBI. Count now 2-1. Two-one pitch. That's going to go off the end of the bat to shortstop. Long throw. Not in time. Nice throw there by Mound. Just too much in order to for that to get in.
Now batting number 30, Finley Lavelle.
And now it's Finley Lavelle, the number 12 person in the order. We're tied at 4. So Finley Lavelle. That first pitch is not there. There goes the runner. They'll throw to second. Not in time. Cut off by Kennedy as McDowell steals a base. Tied at 4. And it's going to be 2-0. So 2-1 count. Tried to go around, but held off. That ball was cutting low and in on him. So that makes it 3-1. Now that's going to be opposite field to the right side. That's a base hit. And rounding third, not coming home, is McDowell. Lavelle will take second on the throw. So we'll be at top of the order now. Brings up Rehorn.
Gavin Rehorn.
Left-handed batter. Rehorn struck out to start the ball game. Kennedy with a very much in like a kind of a looping pitch, where it just goes high in the air and drops down. It's 1-0. Now that's going to be put into left center. That's a base hit for Rehorn. It's going to roll to the wall. McDowell comes in, and so does Finley Lavelle. A 2 RBI double for Rehorn. And that's going to make it 6-4. So Fairhope puts 4 on the board.
And Braxton Taylor.
And we go to Braxton Taylor. He walked and scored. 2 RBIs for Rehorn. High goes all the way back. And that's going to allow Rehorn to go to third. So the wild pitch puts him over at third base. Kennedy puts it up, and it's low. Good job by Pruitt, keeping it in front of him. Low again. 3-0. And Graham had an hour and a half interval, and those are very harmful to pitchers. Pitch for Kennedy, called strike, 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Fairhope up 6-4. Working from the stretch is Kennedy, goes low. That's going to be put in the center field and over the head of Boutwell. That's going to bring another run home. They'll go to second, and sliding in is Braxton Taylor. So we'll make it 7-4, I'm sorry. 5 runs are scored in the inning.
Now to the plate, number 12, Rock Gearhart.
And now Rock Gearhart. Pitch inside to Gearhart. 1-0. Seven to 4. Kennedy. There's a called strike, makes it 1-1. That was a nice hit by Taylor, went all the way to the wall. He's 1 for 1. Gearhart singled and scored back in the first inning off a wild pitch. That one's outside, 2-1. Looked like for a second that John Park was going to ring him up. Decides not to. Oh, he did ring him up. No, 2-1. I got it right. 2-1 pitch from Kennedy. Way outside. Now again, Kennedy's got that little strange little motion to him. He winds back and then just kind of flings the arm up, and the ball goes high, and then it settles back down, almost on a rainbow pitch. High arcing pitch. Inside that, almost hits him. But it doesn't matter, that's ball 4. Puts Gearhart aboard. Runners at second and first. Now, going to third, and that's a nice, oh God, Taylor gets in. Taylor just kind of broke off from third. There was no delay. And Gearhart's going to take second base. And now Mike Jones is going to come on out. And I think he's going to bring the infield in. It's 8-4 now. And let's see who's going to get the baseball. It'll be Copeland Bryant who will be up. We still have 1 out in the inning. So 1 out in the inning. 8-4, the infield in. Because we've had some miscommunication out there. And they're just taking advantage of it. I mean, Taylor looks like Taylor just went to third, then just kind of came on home. No throw was called. No throw was given. So he just came on in. And now Gearhart at second base.
16, Copeland Bryant.
For Copeland Bryant. First pitch is a called strike. So a called strike to Bryant. Now that run score, I guess you'd call it a stolen base. To the right for the second. 4. 1 place to go. And throws it away. And that's going to allow Gearhart to score. And so that run will score on an error. And Bryant aboard. It's now 9-4. And being at first.
Number 2, Darren Leggett.
Darren Leggett struck out. Inside. Pruitt comes up throwing, but instead he'll throw it back. Kennedy kicks some dirt. Over at home plate. Throws it outside. It's 2-0. So the last 2 runs scored on a stolen base and an error. 9-4. There's a called strike. Makes it 2-1. I'm John Morgo here on JockJive.com. Thank you for joining us. Spending part of your Thursday night with us. Ground ball to third. It goes up the glove of Clark. He's going to knock it down in front of him. And getting aboard is Leggett. Call it a single. Jack Malone, the 11th man to come up in the inning.
Now to bat, number 24, Jack Malone.
So 9-4. Runners at second and first. Still 1 out. That bounces and gets away. And the runners advance to second and third. On the wild pitch. Now here comes Mike Jones again. And who's going to take the baseball? Looks like it's going to be Mound. So Mound is going to take the baseball. Kennedy is going to go to short. They're just going to race around the infield now. Let's see who's going where. You got Mound at the plate. Mound on the hill. He's got to go get a new glove. Let's see. Looks like Yu's going to short. And going to left. Let's see. Yu's going to left. Kennedy's going to third. Which means Clark will probably go to right. That sounds about right. Third pitcher in the inning, 9-4 now. So we're going to see if Gavin Mound fares any better. 9-4. They've already put 7 runs on the scoreboard. Still only 1 out. And then your hitter is going to be Jack Malone. Right, we got runners at second and third. Still only 1 gone. Well, waiting for final warm-up tosses. And that's probably going to do it for your final warm-up tosses. John Park talking it over with Mound. Now everyone's getting back to set. And looks like we're getting ready for baseball. Trying to trying to stop the floodgates here. 7 runs have already scored. 1 out. Last 7 players have gotten aboard successfully. That ball was going all the way back, but the runners stay where they are. It's 2-0. Time called by the home plate umpire. Actually, it was Malone who asked for it. Now they'll settle back in. Hard hit to second, and it's going to get right by Burns. That's going to score at least 1. As Bryant scores, Leggett scores, and Malone in at second with a double. 2 RBIs for Malone. That gives him 3 on the day. And your score is now 11-4. Still only 1 out. So 11-4.
Number 19, Miles Johnson.
And we're at Miles Johnson, the 12th man to bat in the inning. There's a called strike. 0-1. We've already had 9 runs come on home. As Enterprise trying to stop this, but they put up 4 when they were up in the first, so you got a feeling that no lead is safe. Grounded right off the glove of Mound in the center field. Here comes the runner home, but Mound will pick it off. Keep the run over at first base. So Johnson aboard. Malone scores, and it's now 12-4. And an RBI for Johnson. (12-4), and it's going to be O'Brien.
Now up to the plate, number 9, Jacob O'Brien.
Who's the 13th man to bat in the inning. And that's going to be low and away. Good job by Cruitt keeping it in front of him. 1-0. 1-0 pitch with Johnson at first. Again, there's still only one out in the inning. Pitch. That's going to get away. Not far enough, though. And it's 2-0. Still top half of the second inning. Again, 8 runs have been plated. 10 runs have been plated. Outside again. 3-0. And Enterprise will have a chance to answer. A 3-0. That should be, nope, ball forward. Take your base. So that moves the runner over to second. As Johnson goes to second. Here's Jacob O'Brien.
Rising up to the bat, number 22, Zach Jones.
Oh. So Zach Jones now. He got on by an error. Outside from Mound. Another right-hander. Digging in over at second base is Johnson, like he wants to run. That's low. There goes the runners. It goes all the way back. As Johnson goes to third, O'Brien to second. And a 2-0 count. Still only one out. Jones gets aboard. It'll be 12 straight base runners. Here is Dixie Youth Championship Tournament. First game, swing and a miss. It's going all the way back, though. 2-1. Jones walks up, talks to his third base coach. Now gets back in. Two-one, swing and a miss. 2-2. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta turn this around. 2-2 pitch coming. Just missed. And it's 3-2. So we got a full count here. Runners will be moving. That should be ball 4. So bases are loaded now on the walk. As we get to Will Sparks. Will Sparks got the only out of this inning. Graham unassisted. Back when Graham was pulled in the inning.
Coming up the bat, number 27, Will Sparks.
Sparks from the port side. Now pitching from the stretch is Gavin Mound. Called strike. For the first strike of the at-bat. Here in this Dixie Youth Baseball Championship. Still in the top of the second. 10 runs have come home, bases loaded. Swing and foul tipped at the plate. Mound came in for Jack Malone. When it was a 1-0 count on him after a wild pitch. That's going to be flared and it'll drop into center field. 1 run scores. Second run's going to get cut off. And it'll be a single for Sparks. And Sparks will pick up his second RBI of the day. As O'Brien goes to third, Jones to second. 13-4.
Hitter number 32, Jerry McDowell.
And Jerry McDowell. (13-4). Called strike. Finley Lavelle on deck. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. With 1 out. High. Couldn't keep that. Tried to keep it low. Couldn't. 1-2. Bases are loaded. 13-4. Now to the set is Gavin Mound. That's going to be going to hit one of the railings behind the at the backstop. Bounce toward the Fairhope dugout down the first base side. Enterprise down the third base side. And now he'll step out. Try and get composed a little bit. The 1-2, that's going to be outside. And it's 2-2. Outside again. He had an 0-2 count. Now it's 3-2 and filled. The 3-2 pitch. And we'll do one more. Goes into the netting. I'm sorry, that Fairhope is on the left side. My left, third base side. The Enterprise is on the first base side. Enterprise in kind of black jerseys with gray arms and pants. Swing and a miss. And that's your second out of the inning. So McDowell on strikes. And let's see.
Now coming out number 30, Finley Lavelle.
So here's Finley Lavelle now with two outs. He goes on the first pitch and fouls it. So it's going to be 1-0. Count. I'm sorry, 0-1 count with 2 outs. Grounder to third. First, Graham's got it. He'll step on the back. That's the third out of the inning. And the inning is over. Fairhope.
27 pitches for Enterprise. 27 pitches.
I got 17 men to the plate. They scored 11 runs on 8 hits. And they leave 3. So it's done with that. And now Enterprise is going to have to come back, as they are down 13-4 here on JockJive. And if you need a sports fix 24/7, live or archived, you can get it on JockJive.com. We have multiple channels with multiple sporting events and shows from practically every level of competition. There's the ACCC, GCAA, Georgia Military Channel, DYB, Dixie Baseball, Georgia Highland Softball channels, and so much more. JockJive.com for those with an insatiable sports appetite. I'm John Morgo here from the Troy Sportsplex here in Troy, Alabama.
For both teams, 27 pitches.
Bottom half of the second inning. And Enterprise is up by 9 runs, 13-4. They had a 11-run second inning after giving up 4 in their half of the first. So we'll see what Taylor can do with that much of a cushion. Taylor's got the ball. He's going to start it off now with Walker Clark, Micah Parker, and Remington Kennedy will be your first 5 batters.
Leading off number 25, Walker Clark.
Clark started at third. I think he's in right field now. First pitch goes away, ball 1. We saw 3 pitchers that inning for Fairhope. Now a 1-0 pitch. That's going to be flared right side. That's going to drop and get away from Lavelle. Going to second is going to be Walker Clark. So Clark aboard, and that's going to get Enterprise started as they try to come back from a 9-run deficit.
Now to the plate number 14,
Micah Parker.
Micah Parker.
So Micah Parker comes up, swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. 17 batters came to the plate for Fairhope in that inning. They had 8 hits, a couple walks, 11 runs scored. And it's an 0-1 count now to Parker. Comes in and that hits him. So a hit by pitch, came in right in the back, took it. Now Remington Kennedy.
Now to the box, number 24, Remington Kennedy.
Kennedy was a pitcher in that second inning. Now he's found his way to third base. He'll round it foul, third base side. Oh, 0-1. Again, we had some lightning and a little bit of rain for about an hour and a half delay. And that might have messed up Seth Graham's routine. It's very hard to come back when you've been out for so long. Fly ball, and that's going to be, I think, maybe in another field of play. I think it might have found its way over to field 4, I think that is over there. No, it's field 2. But it's 0-2. And these 4, we got about 8 fields here at the Sportsplex. And it's inside. There goes the runner. And he just can't get the tag down as Clark steals third. And on the throw, Parker will go to second. So it makes it 1-2. And empty base now at first. That's going to go to the right side and caught by Lavelle. Nice throw. Keeps Parker and Clark where they are. So 1 out in the inning. And the runners stay where they are.
Now batting number 82, Grayson Thornton.
Grayson Thornton, the number 12 man in the lineup. He's up. Off the left side. They'll go to first. In time. That's going to score a run as Clark comes in. And they'll try to get Parker as he rounds third, tries to sneak on home, but he's going to get thrown out. 3-2. That'll do it. But 1 run will score as Thornton is able to knock in 1. So you're going to get a double play, make it 5-3 to 2. So you get 1 run on 1 hit, and there was no 1 error and nobody left on base. So 2 innings are done, and it's going to be 13-5. We're still waiting for Enterprise to take the field in the half of the third. Now the umpire, John Park, is signaling for the Enterprise to come on out. So now Enterprise will take the field. Well, although, are they going to call? Let's see what's going to happen here. Now the umpires are going to talk. John Park is talking it over to Stanley Jones and Randy Taylor. No, that's Stanley Jones. It's 13-5. And let's see what's going on. He's going to talk to, looks like Warren Dowling is going to be spoken to, as yet here comes the Enterprise Americans. They're going to take the field here for the top half of the third. Mound will be your new pitcher. So Mound up there. And he will go through his warm-up tosses. What needs to happen for Enterprise is they got to at least get through. They need a clean inning here. Preferably 1-2-3. They got to cut down the damage because you can cut into the lead. And as long as if you're Enterprise, as long as you win each inning on the way home, because you don't need to make up the 8 runs immediately. If you do it just a little at a time, you'll be okay. But again, you have to be methodical, you have to be patient, and your defense has to play well. Keep things in front of you. Don't make any unnecessary errors. And just keep control of your emotions and not get too frustrated. That's the key here.
Ending off in the top of the third
for Gavin Rehorn. Rehorn's got 2 doubles, and he off the double in the second. We're at the top of the third. This is the 3rd time that Rehorn has been up, and the first pitch to him is a ball. So 1-0, 13-5. 13 runs and 10 hits for Fairhope. The 1-0 stays high again, 2-0. Again, that rainstorm just kind of really lowered the temperature by almost 20 degrees. Now it's down 75, the 2-0. That settles in, 2-1. Again, Mound, another right-hander. They're not the age where they're doing anything fancy. Just trying to throw it across home plate. Here's the 2-1. That stayed high, 3-1. Again, 17 men came up in that second inning. Called strike. Rehorn taken all the way. Forcing his pitcher to work. Rehorn looking in, now the throw. Check swing. They're gonna appeal, and the appeal says he swung. Strikeout for Rehorn, second time he struck out. 1 gone and now it's Braxton Taylor. He scored twice, got a single and a walk, 1 RBI for him.
Now at the bat, number 10, Braxton Taylor.
That first pitch is a called strike. It'll be Alexandria and Troy coming up after this one's over. See if Gavin Mound can get a rhythm to him. That's low. Pitch is almost exclusively from the stretch. Here's the 1-1. That's high. Two and 1. Now, a big first down in the inning. Although Rehorn did strike out the lead off the ball game. Popped him up. That's going to be into the crowd. Takes a bounce. Got it. That foul, that fence isn't very high. So you're going to have to be paying attention if you're down there on the concourse. Here's the 2-2. They set up outside, and that's where it went, filling us up at 3-2. So a full count due to Braxton Taylor, the pitcher. Trying to help himself. Grounder. Then tried to short hop, tried to go to his U on his backhand. He can't come up with it. Singled in for Taylor. So that's one out and a runner aboard. And it'll be Gearhart stepping in. But that's going to be it. That's going to be it from Mound. So now let's see who the new pitcher is. The pitcher is now. This will be the fourth pitcher for Enterprise. This looks like Dylan Yu. So now Yu is going to move to the pitching. And Mound will probably come back and play shortstop. He's the fourth pitcher of the day for Enterprise. Now Warren Dowling, John Park, and Mike Jones are discussing things over there behind home plate as Yu goes through his warm-up tosses. Want your very own DVD of any game broadcast during this year's Alabama-Dixie Youth Baseball AAA State Tournament? Simply email info@jockjive.com and we'll get the process going. DVDs are $10 per game plus shipping and handling. That's info@jockjive.com. John Wardle here from Troy Sportsplex. Fourth pitcher to see action for Enterprise. Fairhope on top by 8 runs. You got a runner at first with 1 out. And we're getting close to mercy rule territory. I think it's 10, it might be 10 after 4. And this is the top of the third. And now the infield's getting up. I'm going to expect Mound to go back to shortstop. That's where he started the ball game. And Yu is going to continue with his warm-up tosses. All right, he's all done. So he's going to face Gearhart now with 1 out here in the third.
Now batting number 12, Gearhart.
So far, Enterprise has walked 6, struck out 5. First pitch, Gearhart foul, and not quite out of play. Gearhart's got a walk and a single, and he scored twice. Dylan Yu steps back, right-hander fires, called strike. So Gearhart down 0-2. Yu got the ball, shakes it. Now he'll come in, kick, fires a fastball outside 1-2. So a 1-2 count as we are past dusk or just at 7:51 is the official sunset time, as that pitch also outside 2-2. And they're trying to fake the throw to first. Here's a 2-2. Trying to nib on that outside corner, 3-2. Now they'll throw a third. So the count full. And a 3-2 count with a runner at first. That's going to go to center field. It'll drop. And under the glove of Boutwell. That's going to allow the runners to advance to second. And coming around home is going to be Braxton Taylor. He'll score. And Gearhart to second. So that makes it 14-5.
Now
give Gearhart
Copeland Bryant
an RBI. 14-5 as really Boutwell thought that ball was going to come up more than it did. First pitch to Copeland Bryant fouled off. 0-1. Still only one out. There's a called strike. 0-2. Yu looks to have a lot better control of his pitches than the other three hurlers for Enterprise. Again, just got kind of bad luck on that play from Boutwell. Way outside. Makes it 1-2. And with these small bases, these runners can score. 14-5. Outside. 2-2. And this has kind of followed a little bit of a pattern for you in these two batters that he's faced. He gets ahead 0-2, then starts nibbling on the outside corner. And before you know it, counts either full or even. Called strike 3. And Bryant down on strikes. That's the sixth strikeout for Enterprise. And the first for you. Graham started, struck out 3. Morgan Kennedy didn't get any strikeouts. Mound got 2. Now you with 1. And Darren Leggett looks at a pitch low. One and 0. Outside again, 2-0. 8 outs have been recorded by Enterprise. 6 have been strikeouts. And the only 2 field outs were unassisted plays by Graham. Now he's up 3-0. Jack Malone on deck. And I think they're going to switch baseballs. John Park wants to examine it. He'll throw it out of play. Put another one in. So Yu gets back up on the hill, and he's ready to go. Looks like we're going to have a nice night here once that storm passed through. Called strike, it's 3-1. So Leggett looking at a 3-1 count. See the bat's velcroed. And it's outside. That's ball 4. Leggett aboard. That's the 7th walk issued. First from you. And here is Jack Malone. He's got 3 RBIs today on a couple of hits. Certainly one of the many offensive stars.
Off the bat, number 24, Jack Malone.
First pitch from you. Gets by. And the runners are going to move up to second and third. That'll make it 1-2. That'll be the first ball of the count. So you got Gearhart over at third and Leggett over at second. 14-5. Outside again. And Malone's going to back up. And going back to the mound is you against the fourth pitcher today. Fires a fastball. That's going to get all the way back. And that'll get Gearhart will score. They make the throw. Ewer tries to apply the tag. And now it's 15-5. And of course, Leggett will go to third.
Now at the bat, number 19, Miles Johnson.
And Malone, next pitch, he'll put that to center field. So there's an RBI for Malone. He thought about going to second, but he'll come back. That's his fourth RBI today. Leggett scores. And it's now 16-5. And here's Miles Johnson. Another conversation between John Park and Stanley Jones over there at first base. Let's see what the conversation's going to be as they bring over some of the Fairhope coaches to talk about this one. We're 16-5, 2 gone in the top half of the third inning. Now we've had 3 runs plate this inning. I guess they want to check something out on Malone, make sure he's okay. Still checking on Malone. All right, here's what I'm looking for. Yeah, Alexandria and Troy. Alexandria is the District 2 champion. Troy is the host of this tournament. That's coming up after this one.
Now to plate number 19, Miles Johnson.
So now it's Miles Johnson. First pitch, line. That's nice. That's going to go to center field. Again, Boutwell has trouble with it. He'll throw it in. And Malone goes to second. Now we'll bring up Jacob O'Brien. So Jacob O'Brien now.
Now at the bat, number 9, Jacob O'Brien.
Bryan with runners at second and first. Pops him up, and that's going to be out of play. Behind us. 0-1. Fairhope in the Mobile area. Kind of on the other side of Mobile. And Enterprise, that's in the Birmingham area. Counts 1-1. Actually, I'm sorry, Enterprise is south of us. Maybe about a half hour from where we are, 40 miles. So that's where these two teams are located. Here's the 1-1, goes low and fouls it toward the dugout of Enterprise. 1-2. It's an 11-run edge for Fairhope. The line from you to the right, grounder to the glove of second. To Burns, flips to first in time, and that will retire the side. But they pick up 3 more runs. And Fairhope gets it on 3 hits, no errors, and two left on base. So we're going to head now to the bottom half of inning number 3. It's now 16-5. Favor of the Fairhope
24
Americans.
pitches for Enterprise. 24 pitches.
And it may come as a surprise to you how affordable it is to have JockJive Sports Back coverage of your sporting events or sports team with quality streaming, offering a national and international platform to show off your school or sport. We produce everything from youth sports to the NCAA Division I, literally from every part of the country. Large productions are small, tiny venues are huge. We can and have done them all. To book JockJive Sports to work for you, email info@jockjive.com. And we're going to have a new pitcher. Looks like Lavelle is going to come in. Oh, I'm sorry, that's number 2. That's Leggett. So Leggett comes in. It's going to be Mound, Burns, and Boutwell here on the 3rd. Looks like Boutwell is now the catcher. No, I'm sorry, that's McDowell. So McDowell is now your catcher for Pruitt as the coach, Warren Dowling, moving people around. So McDowell in for Malone, and it's Leggett on the hill.
Leading off number 33, Gavin Mound.
So back to the top and Gavin Mound. He'll go after the first pitch, fly ball right field, and over the head of the right fielder. Lavelle. Mound going into second. He'll get in there with a double. So Mound jumps on the first pitch. Sends it over Lavelle's head. Now Taylor goes 2 innings.
Now to plate number 2, Reed Burns.
And here's Reed Burns. Pitch gets away. And taking third is going to be Mound. So Mound over at third. Another pitch gets away, and that's going to score the runner. So it's now 16-6. And it should be a 2-0 count then. 2 wild pitches for Leggett. Pitch over to Burns, fly ball. Caught by the shortstop for the first out of the inning. Good job for Rehorn. So 1 gone here in the home half of the 3rd. Pitch gets back to Boutwell. 1-0. So here's the 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. Leggett trying to keep damage down. He's got 1 out, high, 2-1. 2-1 to Boutwell. Leggett comes outside again, and it looks like it's 3-1. So a 3-1 pitch. There's ball 4. So Boutwell aboard. He has a single and a RBI. And now it's Seth Graham. Started out as a pitcher. He moved over to first base. Pitch is low. They'll throw to first. Just gets in. Does Boutwell. Graham drove in a run by grounding out to the pitcher back in the first inning. And here's a 1-0. That should settle in. Strike one. Again, they'll throw to first. And Boutwell again gets back. So it's 1-1. Looks like the game next to us on field 2 is done. We're 16-6. That's going to get back. And sure enough, that'll get Boutwell to second. Boutwell moves to second base. And 2-1 the count. So Leggett running into a little bit of trouble here in the third, but he does have an out. Called strike. Graham can't believe it. He's got to take a little walk. Fairhope 2 runs in the first, 11 in the second. Then they sent 17 to the play. That's been the key. Enterprise has gone 4-1-1 so far. Called strike 3. And Graham out on strikes. Second out of the inning. Here's Dylan Yu, who's now the pitcher. Started right, moved to shortstop. Now he's throwing. Trying to help himself with that runner at third base. Swing and a miss. So it's 0-1. Line from Leggett. There's a called strike, 0-2. That's going to be the first strikeout for Fairhope pitching. The 0-2, way outside. They wanted that pitch. Just missed the corner. Wanted it, but couldn't get it. Still got a 1-2 count now. That's going to be fouled. So we'll do that 1-2 again. The 1-2 went high for it. Fly ball left side. And it's going to hit once and bounce against the wall. They'll score one run. And you will get into second with a double. And you got an RBI his first time up, so that's 2 for him. And it's 16-7. So 2 RBIs for you. And they'll bring up Connor Cruitt. He singled back in inning number 1.
Number 22, Connor Cruitt.
First pitch from Leggett hits him. And I think it got him in the neck. And Cruitt is rolling around on the... Tried to duck out of the way of it and it hit him in the neck. Hopefully Cruitt can come on back for that one. Definitely a scary moment here. See if they can help Connor to his feet. They'll get him up. We'll see if he'll stay in the ball game. Yeah, Connor's going to go to first. Connor moving over to first base, gets a good hand. And this is Cade Kirkland.
Now to bat number 3, Cade Kirkland.
Kirkland doubled back in the first inning. Kirkland will foul to the right side. Into field number 2, I think. The wind. High, goes after it. Grounder off the glove. Coming in as second baseman. He will not make the play. Bryant grabbed it, tried to make the play, went off of Leggett's glove. Instead, that's going to load him up for Maddox Dowling. So, big play here for Dowling. He can, if he kind of hit here, he can really cut into the lead.
Maddox Dowling.
He did single, drove in a run, but Kirkland was caught trying to steal third, trying to advance to third. Takes a call strike. That came inside. I think Dowling flinched for it, tried to hold off, but maybe went around. Here's an 0-1 pitch. Fouled back to the backstop. 0-2. Leggett gets the ball. Gets on top of the mound. Now we're ready. Swing and a miss, and that's going to do it. Strike 3. Side is retired. Enterprise picks up 2 more runs on 3 hits. No errors. They leave 3 aboard. So we're done with 3. I'm sorry, they got 2 runs.
Pitches for Fairhope.
2 runs. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. They leave 3 aboard. So we're going to head to the 4th now. It's 16-7. Favor of Fairhope. Here on JockJive.com. After today's game is over, you can watch the action again and again on JockJive.com. Go to the same spot you watch the live coverage, and then watch the archives. Or if you want a DVD of any game of the Alabama DYB AAA State Tournament, email info@jockjive.com. We'll get the process started. I'm John Morgo. 4th inning about ready to start. 16-7. Favor of the Fairhope Americans over the Enterprise Americans. Again, we're going to have Alexandria and Troy coming up about a half hour after this one's over. And Troy, the host team for this tournament. Alexandria, one of the sectional winners. And they're coming up, visiting Troy. Again, we got a lot of talent here in this sectional tournament. Alexandria, Alabama, located in the northeastern part of the state, all central, around in between Gadsden and Anniston is where Alexandria is located. It's about a 3-hour trip from where we are. Again, we are kind of maybe 45 miles southeast of Montgomery. You're in Troy, Alabama, home to the Troy Trojans of the Sun Belt Conference. Well, here in the 4th, it's going to be Zach Jones, Will Sparks, and Jerry McDowell. Jones got on by a walk and an error. First pitch from Dylan Yu is outside for ball 1. 1-0. This is Jones' third plate appearance. It's going to be Jones, Sparks, and McDowell. There's a called strike. Making it 1-1. 16-7. In this contest. Dylan Yu, foul ball to the right side, hits just off the edge of the backstop. And that's the second strike in the count, 1-2. Jones, no RBIs today. Yu comes back to the fourth pitcher for Enterprise, outside and a little high. 2-2. Looking in, now coming home. That's going to be in play. Right field, no. As Clark couldn't find it. And Jones goes into second with a double. Clark, I'm not sure if he just had problems with the lights, but did not get a good line on it. So Jones aboard with a double to start off here in the fourth. And it's going to be Will Sparks. Will Sparks has 2 RBIs. Single and grounded out to Graham. Both of those were actually in the second inning.
Now to the plate, number 27, Will Sparks.
17 men come to the plate in the second. That was like an 8 in the third. There's a wild pitch. And that'll send Jones to third base. So now a run over there at third. We've had runs scored every inning in this ball game. There's a called strike to Sparks, making it 1-1. Runner at third. That's Jones. Sparks from the left-hand side. And Sparks puts it foul. Third base side. Took that one opposite field. And it makes it 1-2. You're going to wait to feed that ball back in. And Yu not happy with the baseball, so he's going to want another one back. They'll toss that one out. And Yu gets another one, so he's ready to go. Lights are on here at Troy as we approach 8:20 p.m. in the Central Time Zone. So they settle in. Goes to the right side, down the line. Is that a fair or foul ball? And I think it's going to be a foul ball. Looked like it was fair. Just skirted the bag probably. And Sparks jogs back in. We'll do it all over. So still do it again. Here in the top half of the fourth inning. Throw. That's on the outside part. Makes it 2-2. 2-2. Two. That's netting. Backstop left side. And we'll still do a 2-2 count. Got Jones over at third base. As Fairhope now has 14 hits on the day. Enterprise through 3 has 9. That gets away. Here comes the runner. He'll score on the wild pitch. And that'll make it 2-2. I'm sorry, 3-2. Fairhope scores another run. 17-7. Pitch from you, foul back. We'll do it again. Another wild pitch. Scores another run. (17-7). Base is clear. Still nobody out. And another foul to the left side. This one goes out. Heading toward field 4. Not sure if it made it. Don't think it did. So we'll do it again. Foul. This one down the first base side. That's 5 foul balls here in this situation. As Sparks doing everything he can to prolong the at-bat. Trying to find one more bad one from you. Just getting contact on everything. That's going to be flared. Third base side, who wants it? And a nice catch there by Gavin Mound for the first out of the inning. Got it in foul territory. One gone. And here's Jerry McDowell. As McDowell digs in on the left-hand side. You wasting little time, delivers a strike. It's 0-1. Next pitch, outside. And I thought that might catch something. It didn't. It's 1-1. So Hughes got the ball. He's actually pitched pretty well in this situation. Low on the next pitch. It's 2-1. That one is going to be fly ball, second base. Good job by Burns under it. And that's the second out of the inning. So 4 pop-up brings up Finley Laval.
Walking up to the plate, number 33, Finley Laval.
Laval from the right-hand side. As Hughes actually, again, pitched pretty well. He'll get off the end of the bat, trying to get into center field, and Burns can't come up with it. 2-out hit for Laval. And we'll flip to the top of the order, and Rehorn, who struck out twice and doubled in 2 runs. And we've got to wait for the manager to come on out, get to the third base side. Third base coach's box.
Now up, number 33, Gavin Rehorn.
As Rehorn steps in. First pitch to Rehorn. He shows bunt, butts it foul, third base side. So it's 0-1 to Rehorn. Next pitch, that's inside. And sliding back in is Lavelle. It's 1-1. Well, looks like Enterprise is going to have to score some runs in the bottom fourth to extend the ball game. And that's going to be flared into shallow center field. They're not going to be able to get there. just on that left side. So back-to-back singles with 2 outs, Rehorn and Lavelle. And it's Braxton Taylor, who's got 2 singles, a walk, 3 runs scored, and an RBI. Second and first. That's got Lavelle over at second and Rehorn over at first. The 2 outs in this inning have actually been recorded by the
Now to the
infield.
plate, number 10, Braxton Taylor.
So Yu shakes the ball. Comes in. That is high for ball 1. You see Lavelle looking like he's going to go to third. He's just trying to draw a throat at this point. Here's the 1-0. That's a called strike. 1-1. Those runners are going to take off eventually. I can feel it. So a 1-1 count now with 2 outs. As Dylan Yu looks in. Low and almost a wild pitch. Good job. Good job, Pruitt, getting up with it. 2-1 pitch. Open stance for Braxton Taylor. Don't see too much of these this level. And he swings and misses 2-2. Now they've got a runner in a rundown, but instead of dumping the ball off, they're going to allow Lavelle to get back to the bag before throwing it to him. Kind of an interesting play. Just thought they were going to throw that ball back, but instead, Lavelle is able to get back in there. So we still have a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. And that's going to do it for Fairhope in the 4th. They pick up 1 more run on 3 hits. No errors. They leave 2. So bottom of the 4th coming up. It's 17-7. Favor of Fairhope. And Enterprise is going to have to get at least 1 run if they want to extend the game into the 5th. As we head to the bottom of the 4th here on JockJive. Coming up later in July on JockJive.com, more Florida and Alabama Dixie Youth Baseball. We'll also have some Dixie Youth World Series events, state tournaments, World Series, and so much more. And as we head into the fall, you can look forward to SWAC football, soccer, and volleyball, Tuskegee football, Georgia Military College football, Great American Rivalries, the high school football, the ACCC Game of the Week, and so much more. It's a litany of reasons why you need to come back to JockJive.com often, because we've got a lot of stuff for you throughout the network, throughout the South, throughout this country. And as we get until football season starting to bubble up, as we're getting ready to transition into football. Still a lot of baseball to play. And as we get football to go, as we get football coming up, I'm John Morgo. Thank you for joining us here. Again, we've got 1 more game after this one, but Enterprise is going to need a run to extend it. Due up, it's going to be Clark, Parker, and Kennedy for Enterprise. As Clark single and scored in the 2nd inning.
Leading off Enterprise, number 25, Walker Clark.
So Clark steps in, swing and a miss for a called strike. Leggett with his 2nd inning of work. Braxton Taylor went 2. as Leggett gets a called strike. Next pitch. That's low, and it's 1-1. 1-1 the count. And Leggett's going to step off. Here's the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Two and one pitch. Due to Walker Clark outside, 3-1. Well, you can't let the leadoff man get aboard. That kind of affects how the whole inning transpires. The 3-1, ball 4, so he will take the base. Second walk issued by Fairhope pitching. First for Leggett. And here's Micah Parker. Got hit by a pitch.
Now coming in, number 14, Micah Parker.
Back in the second inning. First pitch from Leggett. Called strike. 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. So an 0-2 pitch due. We got a fairly big crowd here at the Troy Sportsplex. A lot of people from all over the state. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. First out of the inning. Second strikeout for Leggett.
Now on the box, number 24, Remington Kennedy.
Now Remington Kennedy. Pitched a little bit in the second inning. He'll pop it up. Backing up and making the catch. Coming on is Lavelle. Lavelle, strong move for him as he came racing in, called off Bryant. That's the second out of the inning. And for Kennedy, that's 2 flyouts to him. Here's Grayson Thornton. He grounded out 5-3, but still gets credit for an RBI. That was the second out of the inning, as Parker, who had got hit by a pitch, tried to score on it and was thrown out 5-3 too.
Now at the bat.
And I believe Thornton represents the last chance for Enterprise. And he swings that one that was about at his ears. And that was just Grayson Thornton just saying, you know what, I'm going to swing at whatever comes my way because I want to put the ball in play. I want to help my team win. And Thornton kind of made up his mind that he was going to swing no matter what was coming at him. So it's an 0-1 count. Leggett pitching from the stretch, puts it at his head. He ducks out of the way. That one they'll throw to first. That's pretty close, but Clark gets back. One and one. Thornton, a left-handed batter. And we have an issue, so Clark walks off the bag. Not sure if he got hurt sliding back. He's shaking his right arm. So not sure if he just got a stinger in there or what, but well, he'll step back in. And Thornton steps back in as well. Then we had an hour and a half rain delay. Call strike 2. So Thornton now down 1-2. He's got one more strike. Fairhope, 2 runs in the first, 11 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And we'll do it one more time. Foul to the left side off the backstop. And Clark jogging back to the bag. And the 10-run mercy rule is in effect, so Thornton Going to have to deliver here. Get a hit. Bring the top of the order. Gavin Mound to the plate. Another one. That's it. That Thornton's got to duck away from. 2-2. So it's a 2-2 pitch. And that one is going to be foul, left side, and out of play. Alexandria is in their warm-up area. They're ready to take the field. As soon as this one is done, got our lineups ready. And Leggett, I think, is going to get pulled. So they're going to pull Leggett, and it's going to be number 19, Johnson, to step in. So Miles Johnson will step in and try to wrap this ball game up. So Leggett just goes an inning and 2/3. Again, it's our pitch smart system. And once you hit the upper echelon, you got to get pulled. And don't forget to like JockJive on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers this summer and need your help to get there. Not mine. I'm already following them. And when you like us on Facebook, we keep you updated on scores, schedules, game stories, game status, and so much more. Go to JockJive.com. Follow the shortcut to all the social media. Or simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine of Facebook or at JockJive on Twitter. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. As JockJive here at the Dixie Youth Baseball Tournament. JockJive's got 750 followers, so we need your help to get to that 1,000 barrier. And we'll evaluate and see how we're doing as this tournament progresses. So Miles Johnson goes through the rest of his warm-up tosses. Runner at first base. 2 gone. He's got a 2-2 count on Grayson Thornton. He wants to retire Thornton. And Johnson's a southpaw. Left-handed thrower. He's the first southpaw we've seen in this particular contest. We'll see what Alexandria and Troy deliver when they take the field. Hopefully we'll be able to get that going soon. And we'll let you know. Fairhope and Enterprise, 17-7. So Grayson Thornton with a 2-2 count for Miles Johnson. Trying to wrap this ball game up with one pitch. The lefty works. He fires. Upstairs, and it's 3-2. So the count full. In the stretch. Kicks. Pops him up. And it's going to hit on our roof, I think. Yeah, there's the... hit the roof. Kind of came down. And rolled into the first row behind the backstop. Didn't quite hit our window. Just kind of hit on top of us and sloped downward. That's ball 4. So we're not done yet. So Thornton aboard with a walk. Third walk issued by Enterprise pitching.
Now to the plate,
Fairhope pitching.
Gavin Mond.
Now back to the top, Gavin Mond. Mond, single and a double. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Runner in scoring position now. That's, again, we haven't had an inning where at least one that's been empty of scoring, devoid of scoring. Had at least one run every inning. Well, we got 2 outs here. Swing and a miss. And once again, Enterprise down to their final strike. On to the set. He's ready. Looking in. Call strike 3. And that's your ball. That should be it. They're out of the inning. And the mercy rule should be in effect. In that fourth inning, no runs on no hits. Both the runners aboard were walked, and 2 left on base. And yep, that's your ball game. Your final score is going to be Fairhope 17 and Enterprise 7. All right, that's going to wrap us up for this one. We're going to have Alexandria and Troy
come up and sign your affidavit. Thank you.
Coming up in about a half hour. I'm John Morgo. Thank you very much for joining us here on JockJive.com's coverage of the Alabama DYB AAA State Tournament. Alexandria and Troy coming up in about 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So we'll have that for you about 9:15. Thank you for joining us here on JockJive. All right. Oh, nice. Okay, now let's go to